All holy hands aboard. Secure the lines. Still the inner waters. We gather now at the midpoint of the journey. The silent crossing is now in session. The 6th hour, the 6th gate, where what is untrue loses buoyancy, and only what is properly aligned remains afloat. O maximally great infinite consciousness, source of all order before instruction, truth before language, balance before motion, draw us into alignment. Let this moment quiet the noise of excess. Let urgency loosen its grip. Let the body soften enough to receive correction without resistance. We enter into the 6th gate to stand in truth. Not the truth that flatters, but the truth that stabilizes. Remove distortion from thought. Clear deception from self-perception. Let what is real be revealed without any fear and without any shame. We enter the 6th hour to restore justice. Not punishment, but right placement. Put each desire in its proper position. Put each impulse in its proper measure. Put each responsibility back into alignment. Without us even having to worry about the consequence, because we are in alignment and in care. We enter this 6th gate to establish balance, even the extremes that is within us. Cool what has been overheated. Strengthen what has been weakened. Release what has grown excessive. Let no system dominate at the expense of another. We enter into the 6th hour to return to order. Restore rhythm in our breathing. Restore timing to action. Restore sequence to thought. Restore the nervous system to remember steadiness. Let the body relearn calm. We enter into the 6th hour to embody harmony. Settle all internal conflicts. Resolve contradictions. Let intention and word and action move together as one current instead of pulling against themselves. We enter into this 6th gate to practice reciprocity. Teach us to receive without greed and to give without depletion. Let nourishment circulate. Let energy flow where it is needed. Let nothing hoard and nothing starve. We enter into this 6th hour to walk in righteousness. Not moral performance, but discipline, integrity. Let character govern choice. Let restraints protect vitality. Let alignment become habit, not effort. Prepare the body for cleansing and the mind for restraint. Prepare the emotions for honesty and the will for consistency. If discomfort arises, let us recognize it is the recalibration that is taking place. If resistance appears, let us recognize it is correction. If fatigue surfaces, let us recognize it is a release. We accept discipline as protection. We accept correction as core. We accept alignment as medicine. Let access lose its appetite. Let chaos lose its grip. Let order reclaim every system. As we proceed, keep us steady. Keep us measured. Keep us aligned. Let the vessel hold. and let the heart remain light. Let the voyage continue in Me'at, Ankh, Ujah, Seneb. The crossing is set. The teaching now unfolds. All hands aboard. Secure the lines. Mind your weight. Lighten your cargo before departure. As we aboard the yacht of Ra, vision widens and the teachings deepens, and the revelation must now move inside the body, not merely across the mind. Me'at was never meant to remain symbolic, poetic, or distant. The ancients, they understood what modern science is only now rediscovering. Chaos is not only something that we see in the world, it is something that takes place and resides in systems. Disorder moves through the nervous system, the digestive system, the reproductive system, the emotional body, and the patterns of thought. This is why Apep was never merely a serpent in the sky. The ancient Apep, it coils within. Apep infiltrates the systems. Apep feeds on wherever imbalance exists. This 6th hour was placed at the midpoint of the night for a reason. The ancients knew that illusions lose its buoyancy here. What cannot be sustained by structure begins to sink, and what lacks balance begins to list. The Book of Gates declare in this hour, Ra is unseen, yet his power is firm. Order stands through light and is concealed. That single declaration, it corrects the modern confusion. Visibility is not power. Noise is not authority. Motion is not mastery. What keeps the vessel steady in darkness is how it was built. Me'at is not scarcity. Me'at is luxury with law, abundance with order, pleasure with discipline, power with accountability. This is why Ra does not cross the Duat on a cracked raft or a desperate vessel barely holding together. Ra travels on the bark of 1,000,000 years, the most advanced, protected, provision craft in existence. The Book of Gates explicitly declares the boat of Ra is established in order. It does not founder. This vessel is not fragile. It is not improvised. It is not surviving. It is designed in meatrology. Translated in modern language, this is not a canoe. It's not a fishing boat. In today's terms, this is a super yacht beyond measure, engineered with meatrology precision, guarded by intelligence, stabilized by balance systems, and stocked with everything required for a spiritual and physical eternal voyage. But the bark is not limited to water alone. It is adaptive. It sails when sailing is required, and it ascends when elevation demands. It moves through rams without panic. It accelerates without recklessness, and transitions without loss of integrity. Humanity understands this instinctively. When people imagine wealth, power, safety. They imagine protected vessels, restricted debts, and they basically move forward. And they are guarded from any type of security in any type of foolishness. Speed without structure is disaster. Power without law, collapse. This is why modern access culture is unstable. And any type of algorithm that sells imitation yachts, endless stimulations, and sexual indulgences without any responsibility, consumption without nourishment. These vessels look impressive on the surface, but they have no ballast. This basically tips very easily. They burn fuel fast. They exhaust the queue, and they sink the soul very quietly. The book of the coming forth by day warns plainly, I have not lived in disorder. I have not multiplied access. Access is not abundance. Access is imbalance, pretending to be wealth. Mayat, by contrast, is abundance governed, pleasure matured, power restrained, speed disciplined, desire directed. That is why the bark of 1,000,000 years survives eternity. It hauls truth. It kills any type of injustice. Its stabilizers are balance and harmony. Its navigation system is order. The Merkut pyramid text declares, Ra proceeds in Mayat, and Mayat is with him. This is not a metaphor. This is mechanics. Now understand a pep correctly. A pep behaves like a parasite. Parasites do not announce themselves loudly. They influence cravings. They manipulate your appetite. They convince the host to desire what feeds them. Likewise, chaos whispers urges that do not nourish you. Excess sugar, excess stimulation, excess sex without responsibility, excess outrage, excess consumption. The host believes it is desire, but it's exploitation. The coffin text states, and it declares, corruption feeds where restraints has departed. This is why a pep is not defeated once, but bound nightly. Parasites are not removed by ignorance or wishful thinking. They are weakened when they are starved and expelled. Chaos loses power when you stop feeding it and cleanse the system it inhabits. Mayat is therefore both binding and detox. Binding without detox leaves residue. Detox without binding allows re-entry. The book of Gates declares each night a pep is bound, order is restored. This is maintenance, not just a myth, not just a parable. And correction must be spoken honestly. Detoxing and binding are uncomfortable before they are illuminating. When supply is cut off, cravings intensify. Old habits knock louder. Fatigue may rise. Headaches may appear. Digestion may shift. Emotions the long buried may surface. This is not failure. This is evidence. Parasites resist eviction. Chaos resists correction. The discomfort is not punishment. It is reorganization. What shines afterwards shines because the system endured recalibration. This is why preparation matters. One who does not begin binding by force. One lightens the load first. Stimulation is reduced before removal. Rhythm is restored before pressure is even applied. Food is simplified. Media is disciplined. Sexual energy is governed. Sleep is protected. Hydration is restored. The body must be informed that change is coming, or it will panic when discipline arrives. Mayat corrects without shock. Once binding and detoxing are complete, discipline becomes the gatekeeper. Chaos does not return because it is powerful. It returns because discipline relaxes. Parasites re-enter when the environment becomes hospitable again. Mayat is not a cleanse. It is an architecture. Virtue becomes habit. Rhythm becomes lifestyle. Structure becomes safety. And when discipline holds, re-entry finds no door. So now understand that the nourishment aboard the bark, the 42 virtues of Mayat, are not punishments. They are sustenance. They are served as a full buffet on the super yacht of Ra. The Merkut pyramid text declares, bread is given to the justified. Sustenance is established forever. Each virtue feeds a bodily system while strengthening your character. Honor moves like apple throughout the body, sweeping the digestive tract, strengthening the heart, preventing any stagnation. Truth moves like the citrus fruit, fortifying immunity, protecting the inner world from infection. Justice arrives like dates. It's very dense and it sustains and it strengthens the bones and the endurance of the body, and it resolves. Balance flows like figs. Minerals that are rich, stabilizing blood sugar and emotion, preventing violent swings. Compassion enters like berries, repairing the cells and the memory of the brain and teaching the nervous system to heal the trauma without hardening. Discipline works like the bitter greens. It's cleansing. It cleanses the liver and reducing the excess appetite and restoring restraint. Reciprocity circulates like the grapes, supporting the blood flow, reminding the body that nourishment supplies when there is enough fruit to cleanse. Self-control moves like pomegranates, supporting vitality and sexual balance and holiness. Patience, it settles like the bananas, nourishing the nerves and preventing cramps of a rushed life. Humility, it cools like the pears, calming the ego-driven inflammation. And courage, it strengthens like the mango, supporting vision in the skin and teaching the exposure without the fear. Sexual responsibility nourishes like the coconut, sealing energy and preserving life force. Respect for life, it cools like the watermelon, calming aggression and inflammation. Right speech, it functions like the herbs, small in dose, but powerful in effect, capable of healing and harming if too much. Order nourishes like the whole grains, releasing energy slowly and sustaining the long journeys. And so it continues. The virtues after virtue, fruit after fruit in abundance, until all 42 fruits of Mayat feed every system, the heart, the liver, the blood, the nerves, the digestive system, the reproductive system, the emotions, and consciousness itself. So together, they form a complete nutritional protocol for the soul body, the Ka and the Ba. And when even one virtue is absent, a system weakens. This is why modern people suffer from anxiety, digestive distress, sexual burnout, emotional discretion, immune compromised, and spiritual fatigue. They are not evil, they are ethically undernourished. They are consuming stimulation without structure, pleasure without protection. Mayat restores the whole lifestyle. Alongside the fruit buffet, the bark serves the herbal wisdom, the tea that calms the nervous system, the teas that bind what feeds on imbalance, the teas that cleanse what drains the vitality, the herbal teas that warm stagnation without inflaming rage, the bitter teas, they bind parasites the way discipline binds chaos. Cleansing teas flush deception from the way that truth clears confusion. Soothing teas repair the tissues the way compassion heals the wounds. Warm teas restore movement the way courage restores momentum. The coffin text declares, I know the plants that purify. I know the words that bind. History confirms the warning. The Titanic was magnificent, technologically advanced, luxurious beyond imagination. Yet, it sailed without humility. It ignored the warnings. It trusted speed over discernment. And when it was stuck, every soul on board paid the price. Not only for the iceberg, but for the decisions made at the helm. The Book of the Gates declares, those who rush without order are overturned. You are never sailing alone. Your habits carry passengers. Your discipline protects lineages. The bark of 1,000,000 years serves because it honors the law. It slows when necessary. It adjusts according to the course. It respects the cycles. Mayat is the radar. Stillness detects danger. Discipline corrects direction. And without Mayat, even luxury becomes lethal. The vision expands even further. The bark is not only a yacht, it is also an aircraft. It sails and it soars. This is why the Harut, or the falcon, is accompanied with Ra. The pyramid text declares in the Merkut, the king flies as a falcon. He ascends on the wings of Harut. Harut's vision is long vision. The eye anticipates. It sees icebergs before impact. Modern aircrafts learn this from the falcon. At Mach speed came from the observation of natural law. Speed with balance and power with vision. The book of Gates declares of Ra, he passes swiftly, yet nothing is disturbed. That is Mayat. Velocity, acceleration without destruction. In 2025, many want speed without discipline, elevation without vision, luxury without law, and they crash. They go into burnout. They walk into addiction, broken families, lost identities. Gate 6, it interrupts this collapse and it declares, you must be built for the altitude you desire. The falcon trains before it hunts. The jet is tested before flight. The bark is weighed before package. This is Mayat. You do not soar because you want to. You soar because you are aligned. And when alignment is present, speed does not destroy. It delivers. So the teaching stands. Bind what feeds on imbalance. Detox what drains vitality. Nourish what sustains life. Maintain discipline so re-entry finds no door. This is the vessel that remains steady. This is how the voyage continues. This is Meatrology. The book of the coming forth by day declares in this final truth, he who is in Mayat endures forever. Gate 6 calibrates. Gate 7 advances. Order stands. Vision is restored. The voyage continues. All hands remain steady. Hold your footing. Let the waters settle. We arrive now at the close of the 6th hour of the 6th gate. Not to rush forward, but to allow alignment to seat itself within the breath, the body, and behavior. O maximally great infinite consciousness, source of order without force, truth without cruelty, balance without strain, release what has been corrected, and anchor what has been restored. For it is declared in the book of Gates, order stands firm through the sun, and the sun yet is hidden. Let this firmness remain within us. After the sound fades, and the outer world remains at its pace, let what was revealed remain clear. For it is declared in the coffin text, the heart that is steady does not wander. Let steadiness govern us when choices present itself. We seal the 6th hour in truth. Let honesty continue within us without distortion or denial. For it is declared in the coming forth by day, I have spoken truth. I have not uttered lies. Let the clarity guide through any situation, even when no witness stands nearby. We seal the 6th gate in justice. Let right placement govern choice. For it is declared, I have not displaced what was rightfully set. Let consequence be respected without resentment or fear. We seal the hour in balance. Let the equilibrium become familiar. For it is declared in the coffin text, he who walks in balance does not fall. Let no appetite reclaim dominance. Let no emotion overthrow discernment. We seal the 6th gate in order. Let rhythm return to daily life. For it is declared in the Merkut text, he proceeds in order. Nothing obstructs his path. So let breath, sleep, nourishment, and action resume their proper sequence. We seal the 6th hour in harmony. Let inner conflict dissolve. For the stone book of the coming forth by day declares, I have not caused strife. I have not disturbed peace. Let thought, word, and deed move as one current. We seal the gate in reciprocity. Let energy circulate without hoarding. For it is declared in the coffin text, what is given returns. What is withheld diminishes. Let exchange strengthen life rather than exhaust it. We seal the 6th gate in righteousness. Let discipline guard vitality. For it is declared in the stone book of the coming forth by day, I have lived in Ma'at. I have not multiplied access. Let restraint feel protective, not restrictive. If discomfort arises after the 6th hour, let it be recognized as a detox symptom from the bitter. For it is declared in the coffin text, purification is difficult before it is complete. If cravings attempt to return, let them meet structure. If fatigue appears, let rest be honored. Protect the boundaries that has been set, for it is declared that which is bound remains restrained. Maintain the rhythm that has been restored. Let no access reopen the door that discipline has closed. We do not scatter what has been aligned. We do not rush what has been stabilized. We carry this correction forward with patience and care. For the stone book of the coming forth by day declares in this final seal, he who is in Ma'at endures forever. He who lives in Ma'at endures forever. He who is in Ma'at endures forever. Let the vessel remain sound. Let the heart remain light as the feather of truth. And let the path ahead remain clear. Ankh, Uja, Seneb. Life, prosperity, and health. The hour is complete. Alignment continues. And Ma'at